Add angels English, but the fun never ends. We're playing.
Hello everyone, my name is Donny, and good evening. Today, when I was surfing through the internet, I came across this very interesting topic from probably one of the most toxic places in the world, Reddit. And the question they are debating about is space expeditions a key to the future or a complete waste? Now, I find this extremely interesting because each people have very different opinions about it. So today, I want to share my opinions with you too. Firstly, before I share my opinion, I want you to go through some of the idea of people who are in favor of or against the idea of space expeditions. Firstly, why are space expeditions important? First, space expeditions tributes a lot to a lot of scientific discoveries. It helps us to understand more about our solar system, which helps us a lot in this next one. Space exploration also gives us a huge leap in our technology, since without space exploration, there wouldn't be very useful tools now, like GPSs, connecting satellites, and disaster radars. Next, space expeditions also creates jobs. Now, I think that most of you won't think that it creates jobs, but actually space has a lot of potential in creating jobs. Not only if it creates jobs, it can also reduce the unemployment rate, which can make a lot of countries richer if investing in this specific thing. Now, next, after we've gone through some of the ideas of people who supports this, we're gonna go through some ideas of the people who doesn't support space expeditions and why space expeditions are a waste. Firstly, space expeditions isn't good for your health. It contains a lot of health risk. First, from both your physical body and your mental being. Firstly, exposing to cosmic astronauts who goes up into space have to expose to a lot of cosmic rays, which can lead to a lot of fatal diseases like cancer and more. Not only that, it can also affect badly on your mental illness. Now imagine you're being isolated in a distant space. Now it can lead to a lot of very bad mental illness like schizophrenia or even autism. Now, not only that, space exploration are very expensive because there's a thing, not only you need to build the rocket itself, you need to also build a launching pad, and you need to make a team to calculate if the rocket goes right, and that thing alone took a lot of money and resources, which can also lead to various financial problems for citizens, like tax increasement and more. Not only that, when you successfully launch a rocket into space, it will also need a lot of maintenance to maintain its well-being, or else it would cost a lot more if an accident happened. Now, after we've gone through some of the ideas of the people who are against or with this opinion, I want to share my opinion about this problem. Firstly, I think that space exploration is obviously very important nowadays as humanity is reaching closer and closer to a type-free civilization. So space exploration can actually help us. So space exploration is extremely crucial for our human beings because it can solve a lot of living space problems because when you explore space, you can discover some more new planets for humans to live in. Next, space exploration also helps us understand a lot more about some very complicated concept of space, like the Big Bang and the planetary placement. Now, space exploration also gives us a huge leap in our technology as well. So I think that even though some people think that space exploration is bad for you, but I think that space exploration is extremely crucial and very important for our human beings if we want to keep go on and on. And that's the end of my presentation. I hope after this presentation you will learn something new. And that's the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening.
That we sing at Angels English, we're ready for anything.